guys, gals, and non-binary pals. I am Ferret, also known as Sawyer, and these are my beloved fuckos of the apocalypse, who will be showing us a grand time in the hard zone of the Remnant for Burned Over. I am, as I said, I am Ferret. I go by Sawyer as well. I'll answer to either. Gender-wise, I use any pronouns as long as they're said with respect. You literally cannot misgender me unless you're being a jerk. Don't be a jerk. With that said, let's introduce the people who will be portraying our characters in the Scars of War. And I think, well, we might as well start in character keeper order. So, Stephen, please introduce yourself and your character.
I could hear the pain in your voice as you said that. Yeah, I'm Stephen, he, him, and I am playing Harmony the Harrier, the leader of a mech gang death cult, I guess. I guess that's what we are. Yeah, I guess cargo cult is also a good one. We basically picked up some alien tech and are now just riding it around. We call the Grey Choristers. We got pretty fucked up last session. Not as fucked up as some of the group, but we'll see if we can manage it.
Indeed, and speaking about people who have been fucked up really badly, Hiss.
Hi, I'm Puckett. I'm playing Hiss. Hiss is a feral cat that managed to die in the first session and come back even weirder and stranger with more mutations. Hiss is fun and apparently likes quail.
And next, Mario, would you introduce yourself and your character?
Hey, my name is Mario. Use he, him pronouns mostly. I'm playing Orchid. She, her pronouns. And again, I go with the death cult. Sounds fine to me. We're pretty eager to save our Egyptian goddess and to not let her come to any more harm. Oh, him. Sorry. His is a he, him. I remembered that wrong. Yeah, so my cult is now all about saving this strange cat creature that surely will fulfill some sort of prophecy. I'm sure I can find a prophecy out there about cats. That won't be a problem, right?
And finally, Will.
Hi, I'm Will. My pronouns are he, him, and as are those of my character, Carlisle, the weaponized, somewhat of like the last sentinel, a relic of the war against the invaders, a weaponized killing machine who stands and waits for a sign of the aliens to come, and also, kills things that bother him in between for money, usually.
Not bad. Oh, and Orchid, did you decide on your advancement from last game?
Yeah, I have multiple ideas, to be honest.
Dear.
I'm not sure because there are a lot of really neat warm advancements, but I think in terms of the story we had last time, I'm leaning more into a vigilant or volatile move because they seem more appropriate for the conspiracy theory kind of aspect of my character. Would that be cool for everyone?
I'm fine with it.
Okay. So, there is this move called Visions of Death. When you go into battle, roll plus weird. On a 10 plus, name one person who will die and one who will live. On a 7 to 9, name one person who'll die or one person who'll live. And I think in terms of that, I now really, really, really want to defend his. I think that is something I would be really eager to lean into with that
Doesn't
move.
Visions of Death only work on NPCs, or did that change in Burned Over?
It says. Oh yeah, it says later on, don't name a player's character. Okay, well, yeah, that makes it not so useful. Then I go with the bolt hole, which is the secure hidden bunker, which we established last time already. I guess.
Ooh, yeah. Go with that. That makes perfect sense.
Okay.
And since it is the beginning of the session, you will need to roll for your devotion.
Oh,
Yeah, and I roll for my startup session move as well.
Oh, dear lords. No, but yes.
We do use the roll for your party link in the safety tab, or
Yes.
Okay, good.
Okay, that's a 6 for me.
Oh, no. Ooh. Well, you get one anyway.
Yeah, so I have rolled an 11.
Unless you're cool. So, 13.
That is, it's amazing. I never had such good rolls in any game ever, I guess. Yes.
So, your cult just needed a cat. You just needed a pet. Everything's fine. So, Harmony, let me know your question when you have it.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, with all that fighting going down, I guess I'm interested in who needs our protection if we will give it to them.
Oh. Let me check the places real quick and see where I'm going to direct you. I think the people that need the Grey Wings protection are, or the, do you want a person or a people, I should say?
I was fine with either.
Okay. Then I think the manager of one of the floors of the exoskeleton has sent out a request for you to come and meet with her.
Okay. And then I always ask, I mean, not always, but on a miss, I also have to ask this question. Upon which of us has death fixed its eye?
Requiem, your let's see what they are your, not lieutenant.
They're my best fighter.
Yeah.
She sings with death as no other I know. Her dance is self-destructive and beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Her dance may be ending. She may be. It may be like Kali, where it's just, it takes everything with it if it keeps going. So yeah, death has its eye fixed upon her, and I think we will start the session with I think Hiss is waking up, stretching. There is a like a single sunbeam entering the locale, but as Hiss
I pounce on it.
Yes, Hiss gets in the sunbeam, a shadow overtakes it, and like they're like little shapes of sun left, but mostly the shadow, as Carlisle has arrived and stands outside at Orchid's door.
Okay. Um,
I purr and rub against Carlisle.
got some new scratches there, kitty.
Well, one of us had to work.
I pull out my pack and the thermal insulated, the thermal foil wrapped quail with it.
I sniff into the air, smelling meat.
What's he called? Weasley guy.
Percy.
Percy.
Percy brought this over for you.
I sniff at it, cock my head, lick it, and promptly devour the entire thing in one gulp.
You devour all 6 of the quail he brought you.
They're not that big. And I'm a big cat. I mean, these are little birds.
I mean, I was wondering, like, I was seeing if you paced yourself with your snacks, but no, I guess not.
I'm a cat.
But you're a mutant cat. You may have foresight, but this just lets me know you're more cat than mutant.
Oh, I'm very much mutant, but still cat. I mean, you put 6 temptations in front of me and I'm going to eat all 6 temptations. I mean, I might chew 1 or 2 of them, but...
Is Orchid around? Is tinfoil, or is he off polishing his tinfoil hat? Tinfoil hat, sorry.
Be nice to Orchid. Orchid and Orchid's crew revived me. I'm a little worse for wear. A few more scratches, a few more scars. But did you know they have a mutation machine in here?
I did not. I do, however, need to speak to Orchid about something.
Well, look at this. And I show off my most recent mutations.
Which are?
Let's see. What all did we add last time?
+1 armor, +1 psi, and your new roar.
That's right. The new armor, I mean, it's not just like reflective armor that'll kind of like let me shrug off lasers. This actually can like conceal me almost camouflaged in the environment. So you see it like turn the shade of the ground and whatever else is on the other side of it. It's like, see, almost invisible. Think about how useful that'd be when we're trying to hunt down people that you're paid to kill.
It will be indeed. Now, I'd love to sit and look at your new toys, Hiss, but I have important business.
I think at that moment, there is a door to one of the bunkers slams open, and Orchid is leading a ceremony, and just moving straight towards his. And I have like this red pillow, and on top of the pillow is like really crudely crafted amulet that with an sort of an all-seeing eye, but with a little adjective. How do you pronounce that? Egyptian, yeah, right. Egyptian style to it. And then I have some real crazy, like I have my most fancy tinfoil hat, and wearing some sort of raggedy robe. So that I think it looks pretty cool. And there I walk towards his.
Yeah, I think Carlisle is just like, Orchid.
Yes. If you could please wait a second and not kill me, right? Because I have important business. I will be with you in just a few minutes, I promise. And you can see that I'm clearly afraid that because I have not expected you to be around. And then
I will go and leave you to your ceremony. And maybe if Harmony and the Razor and the choristers are around, I will hang out with them while you undertake your cat ceremony. Am I immediately going to approach you afterwards and say about I need your help tracking down a signal?
That was one thing I was going to ask. Orchid, have you allowed your followers to give the devotion of comfort to Harmony and the Grey Choristers?
I was just about to order that. So my idea was I will give his the amulet a sign of that his is now one of our most precious prophets or keys or gods or whatever his wants to call himself. And also then I order that we now have a new ceremony, which is all about petting petting his and taking and grooming and whatnot. So from now on, all of my servants have to do at least a 1 hour duty a day to comfort his. This is now, we're really strict about this. And if his is not around, of course, they can take a rest at that day. But whenever his is around, every member of my cult has to do a 1 hour grooming duty on our lovely savior.
Oh, lords. Hiss, how do you feel as people, a necklace is placed around your neck, and I mean, you understand Orchid's intention, as you have history with Orchid. You have less of an understanding of these people who are coming at you with brushes, with nail files, with like tick removal tools.
I don't need a pet icure.
They
But
don't understand you, but are you saying that to Orchid?
The tick removal, that's quite welcome. And yes, I am saying this to Orchid. Less without the bad
Very
pun,
well.
of course.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever you wish. We just need to make sure that you're very much alive and comfortable till the day comes that opens the door to our new, brighter future without these creepy alien creatures.
Well, that's why I need my claws.
Of course. And you might need them sharp. And
Yes.
we will take care of it.
Just don't cut them. I'll take care of the rest. I'll keep them sharp. Just I don't need them filed or trimmed or sanded or.
Oh no,
Tick removal
they
is
weren't
fine.
here to sharpen them. They weren't here to file them down. That would be rude for a cat, especially one of your stature.
No, whatever your wishes are, we'll make sure that you will have the best and most able members of our community assigned to those tasks you wish to have to complete it. You don't have to worry about anything while being around here.
At this point, Carlisle, are you still in the room?
You know, I was thinking Carlisle actually just walks into the base and starts heading for the control room.
Oh, what a shame! Because if
you're
you were
busy
here,
doing
I would have given you the look that a cat gives when it's stuck in a shower or in a bath.
Yeah, I've got a mission. They're back. They're coming back.
Yeah. So also to Orchid though, and have you been allowing your followers to give comfort to Harmony and the Grey Choristers? Saying no is fine. I mean,
No, I think, well, for me now, yeah, I think his is so important, and I view her as the most important thing. So whatever comforts her and helps, whatever comforts him and helps him, is fine with me. So I think, yeah.
But what about Harmony?
yeah, Harmony, not his.
Oh, sorry. No, I think, well, the dispute with Harmony is still going on, I guess.
Okay, so yeah,
not
Harmony,
on
you've
even terms.
so Harmony, you have healed no harm so far. You are still in the base. You are in the base, I think, but not being cared for. But Carlisle, you wander in on Harmony, and the Great Chorister's looking kind of worse for wear.
Looks like you tussled with something.
Yeah, I got pulled into more of Orchid's bullshit, the usual.
Yeah. You and the cat. The cat seems to have come off better though, and died. I remember when cats used to they used to say that cats had 9 lives. I wonder how many Hiss is on now.
Well, I mean, who knows how old that cat is anyway.
Yeah. Listen, I might need some backup. You willing?
Sure, yeah, totally willing, Carlisle.
Great. Maybe we can convince Orchid to give us back the stuff the shit that he stole. That she stole, sorry. Anyway, help me find the satellite controls. I need to trace the signal. And Orchid's too busy worshipping Hiss or some bullshit.
Yeah, that was how it seemed. Too busy to actually help out the folk that saved her ass.
Yeah. So Harmony, do you want to maybe roll to help Carlisle to find these control panels?
Yeah. Sure, let's do that. Let's see how much worse I can roll. Okay, that's 8.
Yeah. So you I think you've been wandering around to like walk off the pain. You've found several things since people haven't been tending to your wounds. There is a
I need to
downside.
play strong in front of Carlisle, though. We're besties.
There is I think there are 2 people guarding the entrance to the satellite dish controls of Orchid's followers. There's this like sort of androgynous looking person who has just a machete, and another one who has a pipe pistol and is looks like they don't have the tinfoil hat, but they do have the paranoid look on their face. It's just, and compared to Carlisle's weapons, they have pea shooters. So what do you do?
I need to get in there.
Oh yeah, hey, so it's time for our shift. You guys can head out. And then like I assume they probably like look confused, and then I'm like, did nobody tell you that they changed up the shift schedules? Nobody?
Are you trying to deceive them?
Yeah.
Roll that cool.
Uh,
But at least you get an advancement now.
and that is a 6, so let's see how I die.
Yeah, and I will make a reminder to Carlisle whenever something happens or whenever you decide. Feel free to let me know that you don't know what you do. The
I'll do
AI
that.
takes over.
The AI override. Yeah, I was wondering. I was going to trigger that when we got to analyzing the signal. I thought perhaps.
Oh dear. So yeah, that you say that, and they like, I think the paranoid guy looks up and is like, we know what he is. We know who you are.
Then
We've
move.
been watching you. What the
Then-
hell do you mean you're here to take over our shift?
He was asking politely.
You don't work for us. You can't go in. This is Orchid's territory.
Carlisle smiles.
Look, Orchid wouldn't have
And-
territory if it wasn't for me and Carlisle.
That's true. That's very true. But I think I'm gonna intimidate someone.
Gonna go
Okay.
aggro? Or
Yeah, I'm gonna go
confront?
aggro. Yeah, I think just in the case of like when he's like, you can't go in here. I'm just gonna walk straight through them.
Okay, go aggro.
Which I'm surprisingly not that great at.
Yeah, you're good at war.
But
It's just
I,
all that cyborg social anxiety.
yes, yeah, it's a bug. I got a 9.
Okay, I will pause it to Harmony. Do you want to drop the pretense and try to help through intimidation, or by like strolling through as well?
Yeah.
Okay, roll that history.
And just to check, Mario, you decided that move, Visions of Death didn't actually interest you?
Yeah, I think I didn't see it as a good fit. So I took the other one with where I now have a bunker.
Okay.
That is secure, hidden, and I have weapons there, and rations, and radio, and all kinds of useful things.
Yeah, I got a 9.
Okay, you get a +1 for a 10 total, Carlisle. And I think the guy with the gun holds it up to you and then sees the gun you have on your back, and they just don't. You are in the room now.
Yeah. Well, I suppose I have the whatever remains of that alien signaling device. And I'm going to start to try and mess around with that and the systems. And yeah, I guess that would be an open your brain. Although I am thinking that the AI thing, the AI override, I don't know. I like the idea of it coming in as we interface with some sort of alien signal.
How about you open your brain and then let's see if that if you get a hard move or if that is a good time for the AI override to come in.
Okie dokie. Did I actually roll? 5. So open your mind is plus psychic, isn't
Weird.
it? So that is just 6. So I miss entirely.
Yeah.
Do I mark that one then?
You still mark it, yeah. Anytime you roll with stat, you mark it. In
I
this
see.
game. Yeah. And pretty much anytime you roll, you're marking something, except for even the harm move. So, ooh, a miss, and
I broadcast the signal everywhere.
let's see. I think you see this it can't be real. This shape. There is something in here that looks like it is a perfect indentation to slot this in. And it's like old programming just hits your brain almost by rote. You put it in and the lights begin glowing cyan, pink, and green in the signals.
Shit. What does this signify anything to me?
Those are those would be like the war colors, the flag of the alien nation that you fought against.
The alien army symbol. Yeah.
They're colors.
Yeah. Do maybe able to work out anything about how, or perhaps this might be when Orchid might be able to make better sense of it, perhaps.
Could be, but I think I mean, you guys have just walked in. Those sentinels aren't just going to guard the door for you now. Like, they've gone to get Orchid.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Isn't it like?
Yeah, so I think, like,
I mean narratively, like.
oh, yeah, so
you know.
we cut here, like, to see the Hiss is being groomed and brushed, and these two people are coming out. That one paranoid guy, uh, Madam Orchid, Madam Orchid. Oh God, or like oh high ones, oh by the high ones.
Yes. What is it?
That war machine walked into the signal room. The one that you said that the old ones used to use.
That is Carlisle. I totally forgot about him. Oh yes. I'll write. I'll be there. Lead the way, please.
I have to say, Hiss, you have a move that triggers if you lead people into danger. Do you think you want to go first into this situation?
Actually, I would, because it gets me away from being groomed, which was sort of nice for the first couple of minutes, but it's been like half an hour now, and
There's only so shiny your coat can get.
they're not making my coat shinier. At this point, the brushing, they've gotten rid of all the hair that's going to come off. They're just like they're scraping my skin now. It's so my tail is flipping.
Yeah, so feel free to skitter on in and lead Orchid and the followers in. So, Orchid and anyone following, you will take +1 armor forward if this ends in a violent confrontation.
And that is
Good.
which move is that?
That's one of your base moves. Well, I forget. I know the other one's Darwin's Legacy, but this is
What's that boy?
yeah.
Lassie, what's that?
There
That
it is.
girl? Timmy's down the well.
All right, so I'm leading people into danger. They carry 1 armor forward.
Yep. And
Do I even have to roll that, or is that just
oh,
automatic?
that's just
No, it's-
automatic.
yeah.
And whenever you do it.
Okay. As I get to the door, I want to read a sitch.
Yeah, I think you can see the colors glowing under it. Yeah, please read a situation.
Okay. Roll plus sharp. That is 8 plus my sharp, I believe is
1.
yeah. So that's a 9.
Let me see if I think that gets you 2 questions now. Let me check.
7 to 9. Ask the MC 1 question.
Yeah, read a person gets you 2 now. Yeah.
Unless somebody wants to try to roll to help me.
Orchid, do
give
you
me
want to
2
help your new fluff god?
Yeah, I was just wondering what that would look like. So I feel like his is pretty big and maybe filling out the whole space in the door. Can I even look through it, or am I like half climbing on top of his to even get a look at what is happening?
You could have been helping by talking about how, like, what this room is, or what you've parsed about it, like on the way down.
So I'm giving the tour. That sounds really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah. Sure. That would totally be something that I would do. Okay.
I mean, how could a floof god walk through your facility without an honor guard escort, right?
An honor guard door.
Yeah. So I rolled a 7.
+1.
+1. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'm just going to give you +1 choice for +1 hold for a total of 2 choices on the read a situation list. Yes.
All right. Who or what poses the biggest threat?
I think currently, since the AI is not taken over, the biggest threat is where the alien device is plugged in. It's going to send a signal to people you don't want it to go to.
Okay, what represents the best opportunity for me to stop that from happening?
Hmm.
Like, can I pull the plug out or knock it loose or something?
The best opportunity would probably be to you need to pull the plug. Basically, it's be this roaring in such a way that the maelstrom interferes with the signal, or literally taking out the power to this entire underground facility.
Okay. Um, to get a little bit more information, can I open my brain to the psychic maelstrom?
I think you have one more narrative action. You can either act on the
Oh, that's a good point.
yeah, I think you can act on the information you got from reading the situation, or open your brain.
Yeah, let me take that plug out. I want to shut this thing down. I don't want it sending any signals.
Okay, so
That could interfere with people worshiping me. I don't want that.
I'm going to offer. I think I'll give you two options. You can either try out your psionic roar aimed at the. I think. You might have to aim it in the room and hope for the best.
Or
you can rush in and act under fire to bite through the cables.
with the psionic road, would I be rolling weird for that?
No, you'd be rolling hard to do battle with the roar against because Harmony and Carlisle are inside the room.
Okay. I'll do battle with the I will do battle with the electrical outlet.
Well, I think this is more you are doing battle with the signal itself, with the psionic roar.
Okay.
So yeah,
that is 7 plus sharp, or plus hard is 8, and then there's 1 from carried forward from the questions, correct?
Correct.
So that's 9. Does anybody want to see if they could help me out with this?
I don't think anyone can, because you've already been helped out with the other stuff.
Okay, that's fair.
But I think you can also take your other the other +1 seems relevant here.
Okay.
From the Rita Sitch,
so that gets me to a 10.
Yeah, so you get 4 choices, and Harmony and Carlisle, you each get you're not NPCs, so
okay, so what do I need to do to this signal to shut it down?
You are unloading psi power at it. You may want to overload it with psionic energy by increasing the amount of harm you deal. You may want to try and roar in a certain way to guard Carlisle and Harmony so they don't take much damage.
Well, this is what I'm looking at. How much harm do I need to do to this thing to knock it out?
You probably more want to guard Carlisle and Harmony, and then in the last 2 to seize initiative.
Fair. Okay. So guard Carlisle, guard Harmony, and 2 on seizing initiative.
Yeah, and I think I'll at least give Harmony and Carlisle 1 hold, like they were NPCs, to spend on the battle list themselves.
So, what are we going to battle against here?
Hiss's psionic roar, his new attack.
Okay.
So you would be technically suffering 1 psi harm with how it is now.
And also, Hiss gets a level.
Fight defensively, I guess?
Yeah, you would take 0 psi harm then, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, do you fight defensively, or is this when your AI activates?
Yeah, you know what? Why not? My AI, my wall. This is a good time for my warlord AI to activate.
Okay. So, Harmony, are you going to fight defensively?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so with 0 psi harm, you get roared at. It's weird. His is being weird, but the colors begin to die down. The signal seems to have it has expended the energy that was left in that device. Whatever is left in there is just trapped. And I think I have named your AI the kill switch, Carlisle.
Cool.
And Harmony, you see Carlisle grab the what's trapped in that device that he had brought, and this. I'm imagining this kind of dual voice, like Carlisle's, but overlaid with the the Siri or the Gladys voice from Portal, just that echoey, feminine, mechanical voice, and
Yeah.
just, this one can do nicely now, and just begins fiddling. I think it begins fiddling with it.
Carlisle, low.
This designation, Carlisle, is inert right now.
Oh yeah, I'm reading someone right now, I think.
Stop this, all of you. This is my facility. How dare you to fiddle around with my controls? I have not approved of this, and I will not. So,
Ooh.
what is going on here? And I give, I don't dare to look at Carlisle straight, so I just focus on Harmony and expect an answer from them.
Yeah, let's read this person first, and then you can probably go aggro on Harmony or confront them.
Okay, yeah. And that is a 7.
You hold 2.
Yep. What do you hope I'll do? No, sorry, I'm sorry, I was looking through one. What are you thinking of doing?
Turning this battery into a hyper destructive weapon against the aliens.
Yeah, and how can I get you to release Carlisle?
Promise you will restart the war. Promise to give her purpose again.
Oh, yeah, not doing that. Uh, yeah, I look back at Orchid and I just kind of shout, "Look, Orchid, I think Carlisle's being a bit funny right now. You might want to get out of here before you get dead."
And Carlisle, or what looks like Carlisle to Orchid, pulls out the sharp nanofiber blade and points it at Orchid. Cease your bleating. You may be a black sheep, but you still lead a blind herd. If you don't want to be sacrificed, go back to whence you came.
Can Killswitch understand me since Carlisle can?
Yes, because you have a history with both Killswitch and Carlisle.
Killswitch, you know better than anyone that we need to prepare if we're going to fight the aliens. We can't just start the war up. We need to make sure that we're tooled up first. And I roll my eyes. And this feels like a move.
It sounds like you are...
charming or deceiving, maybe?
Yeah, it sounds like you're trying to charm and deceive.
Can I say that I think Carlisle's pretty fine with making a WMD out of this piece of alien technology.
I mean,
so,
it
you know-
sounds fine to me too.
yeah. So I would just let
Harmony's more
the
not
AI.
fine with someone walking around with Carlisle's body.
True, but I think if I regained if I'm able to speak through it, I would just be like, let the machine do what it's doing.
I think did you take the one where you can no, you
No,
didn't take self-possessed.
that's to resist it, though, the machine.
Yeah.
This is more like I'm willing to let
Oh,
the
yeah.
machine do what it's doing,
And I think you hear Carlisle's voice say, let them do what they want to do," and Killswitch at the same time saying, "You do not understand." It's the one time the voices don't sync
Oh,
up.
what is it with everyone the age of 30 and getting stupid?
Harmony is now anime in my head. Just immediately changed art styles in this game.
Yeah, I reckon Harmony probably rattles off Carlisle's like this unit was commissioned in year it's way over 30, like maybe like 100 or something.
Yeah, I mean, I figured. I've like as I've said, Harmony is basically the a grown-up anime mech pilot.
Yeah, I think Hiss, you are trying to charm
Yeah.
Killswitch into seeing that this is not the way to go.
Or at least this isn't the time to do it. But, considering that I'm rolling cool and my cool is -2, this is probably going to end
Yeah.
badly. Yeah, that's a 4.
Killswitch turns to Hiss, turns to Orchid, then I think looks back at Harmony. You say you worship death. You are worried about aliens. And you, I don't even know what you are, cat creature, but you won't stand in the way of devastation. I was programmed to take these beings out, and I will fulfill my program. If you wish to stand in my way, you can be taken out as well.
Yeah, I'm this is not going well. I jump up onto Carlisle's back. See if I can't take him see if I can't kind of whack this whack him back to his senses.
Okay, I think you are doing battle against Carlisle then. Or Killswitch, at least.
Yeah. Are there any NPCs in this scene besides the AI?
I think like the two two people that were at the door. The paranoid dude with the gun and the bored androgyne with the machete. And
So-
yeah.
Are we doing battle against each other? Is that what's
Yes,
happening?
because I will need you to roll hard as well, Carlisle.
Okay. Well, I also have impossible strength, so
Oh dear gods.
I'll use that. Well, you choose which of my impossible strength. I was thinking maybe +1 hold.
Oh dear, let me check impossible strength. This is not the one I thought you had. Rewired. Oh
So
dear.
I
rewired.
do act under fire, but I always go
Oh.
first, basically.
Oh dear. Let's see. Yeah, I think I will give you +1 +1 bid. Yeah.
Cool. Okie dokie then. So roll plus hard, right?
Yep.
I'll roll the right hand one.
Let's say let's just yeah. Who's rolling the? Okay, someone got a 6.
I got a 7, and +2, 9.
harmony.
Oh, you rolled those two on the right. Okay. I got a 6.
Okay, so with your heart of 2, that is an 8. So you both
No,
get-
I got a 6 total.
Oh, so yeah, you hold 1, and I get a grand total of 4 hold from Carlisle's roll. And since kill switch is engaged, we get to trade this off. So I will write out my choices.
And I have 1, right?
Yep.
Okay. Unless, of course, anybody wanted to help me with this. Oh, well. Let me see here.
What exactly do you think I could do to help?
Bite his ankles?
I mean, it'd be more appropriate if I just kind of like acted like a cat and kind of like wound in between his legs, like I'm just rubbing up against him and being sweet and purring.
Oh,
Oh
we'll
no,
see how
I
this
think I
goes.
broke Ferret.
No, I was yawning. No, I have written my choices. I am ready when I don't know if acting like a cat would help. I mean, someone has a gun they could shoot.
Is there anything I could
Escalate
do with
plan.
like my psi abilities to kind of?
It's only a roar that would affect, I think, pretty much everyone here.
Sigh. No pun intended.
Well,
Is there anything I could do
still-
to boost Steven's roll or?
Only, I
Mario's
think
roll?
Orchid can, maybe, by
Okay.
laying down some cover fire.
The problem is that I see myself more in a position that I'm still waiting for an answer. Nobody answered me yet, and I'm really outraged about nobody respecting my authority on my personal ground in my private fucking bunker. So
Okay, I'm ready.
what the hell is wrong?
Okay, then on 3, 2, 1. Aha.
Or sorry, I guess it was. Oh, I meant seize initiative. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think probably what I
Okay.
meant to
so
write.
Neither person seizes initiative. It is a draw, but with this sword, you take 5 harm AP harmony.
Okay. So that kills me.
Well, you are skirting death. Your life is untenable. What is going to happen?
I'm gonna think that out if anybody wants to take action, because I think probably what happens like fictionally is mechanically I'm figuring it out, but what happens fictionally is probably like that blade just slices down my torso and I go flung off and like crash in a heap across the room.
Ooh. If I may, flavor. I think like you jumped at Carlisle / Kill Switch. They moved and just held the sword like where you're going to run into it, and kicked you
Yeah.
off of it into the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear God. So yeah, 4.
Okay. Like with that happening and everybody ignoring me, and I'm already being super afraid of Carlisle, I just grab one of those super crazy, huge ass cables that wire the whole room. I just sort of cut it and try to set Carlisle under heavy.
What do you
force
cut
of
it with?
electricity. Oh, well, maybe I don't cut it. Maybe I just unmount it with my screwdriver.
That would take a while, I think.
Maybe. Yeah.
I mean, it's cool, but
Yeah, no,
In-
it's a shotgun that I got, not a knife or anything.
If I could make a suggestion,
yeah.
Hiss's claws might come in handy.
Yes, let's do teamwork. But are you willing to go against Carlisle?
Are you willing to help Orchid Hiss?
These humans are acting foolish. Also, I smell blood. Is there anything that I can do to save Harmony's life at this point? Or is Harmony just straight up dead?
Harmony is untenable like you were last time. It's the choice to come back +1 weird, -1 hard, change playbooks, or die.
So Harmony is done. There's nothing I can do to help Harmony at this moment.
Yeah, because you are not the medic playbook, and they have a way to bring people back untenable, but no one else does.
Curses. I should have gone with my little weird men. Harmony helped me, so this annoys me. And yeah, I will slice the, I can look at what Orchid is trying to do with the cable and see what's going on. And just, that typical cat animation of like one claw pops out of that first digit and just imagine the little anime speed lines as it slices the cable.
Yeah, roll to help Orchid.
Shouldn't I roll before?
No, because you can't. I think you can't attempt this unless you're helped.
Okay,
All right.
Yeah, fair enough.
What am I rolling with?
History. Your history with Orchid.
Okay. That is 7 on the dice plus 1 is 8.
Yeah, you can do it. You can attempt this action you want to now, Orchid. You have the electric cable in hand, sizzling and crackling.
Okay, perfect. And I think, well, the sword is still stuck in a Harmony's body, I guess. Yeah,
No, I think Harmony's been kicked. I don't think Carlisle/Killswitch is facing you, but they've removed Harmony from their blade.
Probably in the cool anime pose, the sword out to the one side.
Because I don't think that Harmony is ever really going for a confrontal, to.
Yeah, I think you're trying to interrupt them, don't you? You're trying to. You're not trying to take them out. You're trying to interfere with what they can do.
Exact. Yeah. That is. Yeah. Right. I just don't want to Harmony come to any more harm.
Yeah. So roll plus your history with Carlisle.
Which is none. 7.
Yeah, you are ready, and you slam the cord into Carlisle. Carlisle, I think there is a moment where you feel it's like you're seeing in binary, but every now and again there's a 2. It's really disjointed, and kill switch goes dormant. You are back in control.
Yeah, I guess Carlisle staggers up, and have I completely fucked up Harmony there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it! I told you to just leave it be. Are they breathing? Let's see.
I think it's probably, if anything, it's pretty shallow, just coughing up blood. Massive
in that case,
internal hemorrhaging at this point.
Well, in that case, I order my 2 followers to bring Harmony on the upper floor, where we maybe have like some sort of bandages or like real rough medical
Okay,
stuff that doesn't.
with comfort, I want you to roll to act under fire, utilizing your cult. I have an idea.
Okay, so I roll plus cold, right?
You roll plus cool, yes.
Cool, yeah. Okay. That's a 6
Does
in
I'd say
total.
any of you can roll to help. It'll just depending on who rolls to help, it may depend on what happens.
I roll to help. Since I did do the fucking up as well. Plus HX history, right?
Yep.
That is a 9.
Yeah, you have a 7, Orchid. So you can have every supply you need, but I think you can save Harmony, but you will be in Harmony's debt. Like, you will owe her for saving her.
Wait. If you save her life, you're going to owe her?
You'll see why. Yes.
Okay. I'm all right.
Well, I guess the way I help is Carlisle will pick up Harmony like easily with a superhuman strength, and just be like, we've got to get them down to medbay or wherever, right? Like,
Yeah. So Orchid and Harmony. Is this okay with you?
Absolutely. So I think what we see is that I order my 2 followers to bring Harmony up, and just while I like really struggle with picking up Harmony, Carly comes over and just grabs Harmony.
Yeah.
And
does like the complete stabilized things. Like he's walking. Like there is no movement. Like there is no budging of the spine or anything. So yeah, Harmony, what are you going to choose with your life being untenable?
I mean, as much as I'd like to go +1 weird, I feel like makes more fictional sense right now to go -1 hard.
Okay, you open your eyes. You feel. I think you will come back at 6 o'clock harm with this, coming back scarred, and like you are. It hurts, but not nearly as bad as it did. And you're able, I think, like you are positioned just up enough, and you see an arm fall down on like a table in front of you, an arm with Requiem's tattoo on it. It seems you survived, as Requiem gave her life and her blood to make sure you came back.
I think that, yeah. Is there anyone else around right now?
I think everyone of your gang is here. Everyone, including Requiem's, what's left of her. And any other players you would like to be.
Oh wait, so is Requiem alive?
No.
Okay,
No,
okay. You said what's
Requiem's-
left of her, so I just wanted to.
Yeah, like just the remains, not her
Okay.
spirits.
I nuzzle Requiem's hand.
and I will be really skeptically watching the whole procedure, because I sort of do care about Harmony. I just don't think they're as good as they believe. But I really wanna have them alive.
I guess Carlisle will have just said, this is why you should, like, when that happens, just stay out of the way. Don't fuck with it. I told you. I tried to warn you. And I'm sorry. And then, yeah, just, I guess, what else is there to say about it, really? I mean, like,
You say you're sorry. You just almost killed one of my most important puzzles, pieces of the puzzle.
Someone's still dead. I know exactly
Fuck
what
up,
happened.
Orchid.
Yeah.
And I gather up whatever it was that Requiem said to you, Orchid. You should have said no. You should have let me die instead of her. And yeah, I think that like we gather up Orchid's remains and kind of we don't even like acknowledge Carlisle. We just go.
Yeah. Carlisle goes and has some Batman broody moments. Like, you know, off and away, kind of. Like, well, yeah, shit. 5 AP harm. Like, harm, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, so that you, Harmony, you and your gang are walking. I think is there a ritual or any kind of words said when one of your own goes to the Grey Wing?
Yeah, I think that like whenever I think that there's this kind of ritual where you return to these to our kind of mech suits. And I kind of imagine that like they're almost like until we actually like step into them, they're a little bit more weird and alien looking than like when they like merge and like we're in them. I think that we like offer Requiem up to them. And like one of the suits opens, it's as we've established, like when it opens, it's like this kind of like animalistic maw that we step into, and we place Requiem inside. And I think that we like allow Requiem to be like her mind and soul to be digested by this creature and preserved. And I feel like I want to open my mind to the psychic brain to the psychic maelstrom here. I feel like
Please
that's part of
do.
the ritual. Here we go. Another miss. Let's see. Hey, it's a 7. Who would have figured?
Um, yeah, you what do you? Oh, I think you see from the mall. You just notice the same glittering colors that you saw from the room when that device was first input there. As I believe there was a hard move last time where signal spikes extended from the mall. You see like one light glowing cyan, one light glowing ember or emerald green, one light glowing that off light blue.
Hmm. Yeah, I think
I also want to say like in this the suit you feed Requiem to will glow in like the antithetical colors to these lights to like signify that they're on your side.
yeah, I think that I look as I open my eyes. All right, guys, we ride out to the mall and so you said that like the colors of the mall are antithetical, which presumably the implication is that they're the enemy here.
The suits are antithetical to the lights. Those are the enemy colors at the mall. Your suits lights are showing like I was trying to like sort of show that they are on your side, the side of humanity.
Okay. Yeah, I think I can hear Requiem's spirit calling to that place, calling for us to start another dance of death.
One moment, while I say that, I will lay one of my hands on Harmony's shoulder, and I say, "Oh, I'm so sorry that this happened under my watch. I shouldn't have trusted this piece of garbage. This no machine should have that kind of power. Shouldn't have trusted that machine. And I know I do owe you for that. I'm so sorry this happened under my watch, on my ground. I don't know how I could ever repay you this step." You're muted.
I kind of look straight at you, Orchid, and squint my eyes. What you stole is a start.
And I'm like, I look really upset, and I'm saying, "Oh, this is how you weigh the lives of your fellowship against a silly little artifact? I thought better of you."
And I thought you were full of bullshit, Orchid, like always, and I was right. And I think we ride out then.
I'm just quickly double check what kind of artifacts I do
You
have,
established that you took the heavenly tiara from us.
which is basically a tinfoil hat.
It has mystical properties. It gives you +1 psi.
Yeah, I don't think. I just see
like
that
like I'm fine with you keeping it. I'm just like you literally like you
No,
literally
I
tried to
really-
guilt me over asking you to give me my own property back. So you know what? I think that Harmony is gonna call you full of bullshit and ride out.
and I will stand there holding the heavenly tiara because I really wanted, like, if that is what you were asking for, I would have given it to you. But then you're like just taking off because I'm questioning your morals here. And I'm standing there like watching you riding off, and I'm like, well, in that case, I'm putting it back on.
Yeah, so Carlisle and Hiss, how are you responding?
I mean, I think that Carlisle is just, this isn't the first time this has happened. Not the whole, that someone has got in the way of the core programming and had to be has been hurt by it. But I think it's, like I say, just brooding in sort of, looking up at the double suns rising over the fallen earth kind of thing while the Star Wars music plays in the background.
And actually, I just noted is like the default of do battle that you deal harm to each other, even if you don't select the +1 harm.
Oh, right. So yeah, what weapon were you using on Carlisle?
I was pulling out my spear, which is I just remember that now because which
Yeah,
is
it's 3 harm AP.
Yep.
So yeah, Carlisle, I need you to roll 2d6 -3.
Okay.
Roll high.
Yeah. Well, I got 9.
Okay, so I think you will have you will have dropped the that device that Kill Switch was so eager to turn into a weapon of mass destruction
Cool.
back there, and forgotten about it when you were busy taking Harmony out.
Yeah, that's fine.
You also get to mark XP for taking harm.
Yep, and you're at 9 o'clock.
Okay. So I've taken 3 harm. Is that right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So you're at, but that is 9 o'clock, so not 3 o'clock.
Okay.
You have technically 6 health levels, so but they are
Yeah.
represented
Yeah.
by the Doom clock.
I will never look at it and not think, wait, 3, and then click on 3.
Yeah, because
So,
I've had new people. It's like, oh, so I'm taking 3 harm total. Oh, I'm only at the 3 o'clock. It's like, nope, you are at 9 o'clock.
3 means 9. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a reference to the Doomsday Clock, which is
Yeah. Cool. I would love to do some sort of like scene setting and like kind of how we go towards like exploring outwards from here. Like
Okay,
seeing
let's
other
take
areas.
how about we take a break until 30 after the hour and come back and set some scenes.
So it's quite easy to get made untenable in Apocalypse World then.
Yeah, this is crazily spiraling all sorts of places.
Yeah, it's also partly the effect of doing a short run as opposed to a lengthier one, that people tend to be much more willing to just throw their character. Like, I'm always willing to throw my character into overwhelming danger, but it's definitely people tend to do it much more often in a short run.
Yeah, because if this was like, well, Monster of the Week doesn't really have like PvP kind of thing, right? Like you don't do harm, other players don't do harm against you kind of stuff, really. And that's the only PBTA game, that's the most combaty PBTA game I've played so far.
Oh,
I
I
think
must not be
that's
playing Monster of the Week that well then.
I don't know
I
what the
tend
mechanics
to,
would
my
be.
character in PvP in Monsters of the Week games I've run, my character ends up tending to accidentally hurt the rest of the group quite often.
Fair enough.
Hey, Ferret, quick question for you. Stephen I think Stephen sort of answered this, but the cap for Psi is 2, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It's a bit more clear in the actual PDFs. Like, if you also look at most of the moves that give extra psi, not your mutations, they specify a cap of 2.
All right, time to figure out which move or advancement I want.
Yeah, it's also the reason why you can only take +1 psi twice with mutations. So you got an advancement hiss?
I did indeed. Yeah, I was looking at the Brain Picker move. Oh, what is it? Embrace the Maelstrom, but
Gives you +1 weird and +1 psi.
yeah, but I already have +2 psi, so it doesn't really do anything. It's just +1 weird at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I'll figure it out.
No sweat. I'd say you've seen you could take Raised by Monkeys as your other critter move, which lets you communicate basic ideas like "stop grooming me" to normal NPCs.
I can communicate that by hissing at them and burying my claws and disemboweling them if necessary.
Yes, it also gives you +1 to read all these human folk, or +1 hold to read them.
Maybe.
But I digress. You wanted to set a scene, Carlisle.
Well, I wanted to establish some kind of like
I'm passing.
yeah, and like things to do kind of stuff. Like we're in the Signal at the moment, right? We've been to the mall, but there is a whole world of there's a whole apocalyptic world out there, and there's this alien signal that's been activated. Does that lead anywhere? You know what I mean? Like, where do we all want to go on from here, effectively?
That makes sense.
Because Carlisle, I think, is on mission. I think that whole kill switch thing hasn't happened for a long time, since an organized alien threat was last seen on the Earth.
Oh, that's disturbing.
Yeah, like there are still some sort of alien threats hanging around, but like there's no whatever threshold the system activates on has been low enough to not activate, and now it's kind of like boom. So whoever I can do that, and whoever I can recruit to assist me in that is more than welcome. I imagine Harmony's probably not that interested at the moment.
Ow.
We're riding out on the mall.
Yeah. My home.
Take your cat. Get it out of here.
Cat
I'm tired of getting brushed and groomed and stuff.
Cool.
Let's go cause some mayhem. Let's go wreak some havoc.
I suppose I could try and entice Orchid by saying that This is the aliens talking, you know. Don't you want to find out where it's coming from?
Okay, so what's the weird difference between you and the aliens, really? You're basically 200 kilograms of sheer force. And I, to be honest, I have a hard time to see that you have sort of a human conscience. So,
It's all man-made.
well, alien made maybe also. We don't know your inner core really, or would you?
Listen, son. Listen, darling. I was around here when they built these things.
Carlisle. Shush. Orchid, let's go explore. Let's go find something new. Maybe you'll find something interesting. Maybe you'll find some technology that you didn't know about.
Yeah, maybe we find a piece of technology that gives electronic impulses and stops the madness within this big metal bucket.
Finish the objectives.
We all have our flaws, Orchid.
Do I?
Stare around at the cults around us. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I think I'm about to figure the whole big puzzle. And I'm just glad Harmony survived because I think they are a critical piece to it. I just don't see how Carlisle fits into the bigger picture apart from, giving the aliens a call to come back to Earth.
To stop the aliens. That's my whole.
Well,
Orchid,
you just called them.
Well, they were already being called. Just the AI took over to turn the device into some sort of trap or explode, weapon against them.
Orchid,
Okay.
Carlisle is a weapon with a soul. Think of him that way. He has a soul.
Well, come or don't.
Well, when Killswitch takes over, it's debatable, but the rest of the time, maybe it's because I'm a cat, but I see things in you that I don't think other people do.
I just feed you.
Lots of people feed me. Percy feeds me. I don't hang around with Percy.
Because you'd eat him.
That notwithstanding, there is something about you. There's more to you than just metal and gears and programming and circuits.
He looks wistfully off into the distance and says, "More than meets the eye." You wouldn't get it.
You're weird. You're
yeah.
weirder than me, and I'm a cat who can talk.
Okay.
So where do we think we would go, though? Like, to find out more about this, to track down the alien signal while Harmony's blazing away to the mall on following the Grey Wing of Death.
Well, that depends on what our strategy would be against the aliens. Because for one, we still have the library, full of knowledge, full of ancient knowledge. By the way, I found the book there that told me that his is a god, and essential for the days to come.
Let me try to push Bookworm. Orchid, do you want to go to your workshop and maybe see research in the history where to best go to find something about the aliens?
Oh, that is a really good idea. Okay, so that's
it's the second page of basic moves. It is tinkering. You have a workspace that specializes in knowledge and history.
Yes, I do.
So I think you're going to need you're going to need Carlisle's help. I think you found this workspace with or like this like how there was that plug-in for those specific for that piece of equipment that Carlisle has. Like there's like a jack that will fit into Carlisle here. It will cost. I think it'll cost you 2 barter to activate this in reagents, and that's it. If Carlisle helps you and you subtract 2 barter from your gear, you can sort of like, I guess, like relive Carlisle's memories through history about the alien strikes.
Cool. Can I pay that barter?
Well, I mean, Orchid
Yeah.
has 6.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah.
No, I'd refuse to pay that barter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down to 4 now. I think that this sounds really great, and this would help to establish some trust between myself and Carlisle.
I offload the database of alien intelligence from the archives.
Yeah, and I imagine like this, I am curious, was Carlisle human before the process?
I think it was like a super soldier type program, you know, like turn you into a weapon. And,
Like RoboCop meets Captain America kind of thing.
yeah, during a horrific alien invasion.
Yeah. during the Reaganomics years, kind of bullshit.
Hmm.
So yeah, but I imagine that this person from Carlisle's past, like someone who's long dead, but was programmed to make you feel comforted when you like go back into your memory banks. Pops up this entire special simulation, almost VR and setup. Like you are on the Star Trek holo ground. Like you for like hours, I think you relive just tons of information, and it comes down to the fact that I think you start like researching the exoskeleton, which has fallen, that spaceship, but you realize, or what you go through, is that certain floors aren't mentioned, and when you start like focusing in on them, no data found. No one has entered here. Alien artifact, like a chance of alien technology left high.
Nice. Like maybe like what seems to be like the comms room of the predicted comms room of the exoskeleton or something.
Yeah.
You know, like based upon previous ships that were brought down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Nice. Cool. Like, let's head out to the exoskeleton then. Which is a scavenger town as well as a huge alien craft, which I love.
And you all can see the greed in Orchid's eyes.
And I'm just padding along.
Yeah, I mean, Percy's generally at the exoskeleton. You may get some
Quail?
nice more treats.
So what's going on back at the mall? I'm curious.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to find out. Let's go to the mall. And Harmony. When you arrive at the mall, I think I don't. Carlisle, you're not the only one of your type, correct?
No, there is also Moray, a warlord.
Yeah, I think Moray's people are outside the mall, and Moray is. I'm imagining that Moray, in his bid for freedom, has tried to make himself look as little uniform as possible. Like I imagine that these super soldiers were kind of. They had a design to make them easier to produce, and Moray is like Carlisle, but like Nega Carlisle, like has a white, like an albedo white paint scheme with reds and gold striping it, and this like symbol that he spray paints and carves into places he takes over, or like
I think he's got
etched
like
into
it's like a jagged knife, and it's his old squad insignia.
Yeah,
back in the day.
and oh, I think he looks unarmed, but if you like see the palms of his hands, there are these like weird orange yellow circles on there that Carlisle knows are those you know bone bone shattering wave generators.
Cool. Is this charged enough yet that I could read a sitch?
Definitely with Moray there it is.
Okay. Cool. I think yeah, we're probably keeping a distance, eyeing things, seeing what our in here is. And that is a 9.
You get one question.
Oh, do I want? With us down, we already have some injuries still I don't think we've taken care of. I guess what's my best way around Moray? Or through,
Best way around is I think you Carlisle and you had a decent reputation or a decent rapport before this, correct? Or was that
who?
you and Carlisle Harmony?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Carlisle has let you know like there are these like just to make this sort of more dystopian 1984, the world before the world before it ended. I think there were like pour doors for the workers to enter, so you don't have to see them like looking distressed and tired when they're entering and leaving. So like there's a workers entrance that Moray has no idea about. If you go through, you won't encounter him and his people.
I mean, like in the normal real world where there is a workers' entrance, so you don't have to look at those poor people.
Yeah, I'm just making this one sound much worse because like
yeah. I suppose that's how it looks back from the future. It's like, oh, horrific.
Yeah, I guess then that I gesture to the rest of my crew. Keep an eye out if you see if I'll try to get off a signal if we're if things go pear-shaped, but we're going to try to get in and out of here without I don't think we're in the shape to take on Moray and his little bootlickers right now.
I think your lieutenant nods at you and makes those like what would be like modern day war signals to direct the people where to go and what to do. So yeah, Rhapsody begins filing off with a few people, and we'll head towards that door.
Yep. Would this be acting under fire?
I think so, and carry +1 forward.
Yep. As is usual for me this session, I rolled a total of 5.
Yeah, so I think you guys are entering through these entrances.
Just to die in one more time.
And you see these like the lights are flashing. It's almost strobing, but as you're walking, I think like the audience will see the shapes and shadows, almost Silent Hill and reflection stalking after you. And by the time you reach this part of the mall, which was the food court, that's when I think it's when you start hearing the noises, the Have you ever run into any of the aliens, Harmony, or just their equipment?
I think Harmony's probably a little bit too young to have remembered the actual alien war. I think mostly it's their equipment.
Yeah, I imagine like you've had some elders tell you about like the way
Yeah.
the terrible sounds, the horrible creatures kind of thing, and there's always been this sound that no one could ever really describe to you, but they don't need to anymore. You hear it behind you.
I uh I like whip around, spear out.
There is this oh have you played Silent Hill 3 at all,
Mm,
or have you seen the Siren Head creepypasta?
no.
This is then the best way to describe this, I guess, would
I'll
be like
I'll look it up while you
it's
describe what's happening.
it's almost like a lanky gorilla in like I guess like shape and setup. Like
Yeah.
its arms are like its arms reaching to the ground are at least the size of you, if not like 3/4 your thickness. And its head is just this bloated. It's almost like it looks like a head, but the only way you can tell there's a face is it is a like skin of a different color than the rest of the alien. There are no eyes, no mouth, no nostrils that you can see, and it is skulking forward, one arm and one leg at a time, scraping the ceiling, which is that horrifying sound of chitin on concrete and brick.
I don't know what you want, but you're not going to have an easy time taking it from me.
It stops momentarily, sniffs the air, and I think you feel the gray wing of death in your suits. Like your suits actually begin pulsing, and I think start like a cuttlefish begins flashing the antithetical colors of the aliens. Do you maybe want to go? Do you maybe want to confront them to make them back off, or to
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It sounds like
or
I'm confronting anyway.
yeah?
Let's see here. And that is a 7.
Okay, I think like, this alien like raises one of its fists, and then I think you hear like from like a different side of the mall, the what Carlisle would recognize as one of those concussive bone shattering pulse generators going off against an alien. It is a very satisfying sound to hear that chitin shatter, and but the alien hears that and looks at the 6 of you versus it, or the 7. I think 7 of you had 7 members in your gang plus you, and it begins loping off towards the sound of that bone shattering concussive wave generator, leaving you all be.
Yeah, I guess kind of what I'm interested in finding here is what it was that was calling me here. Would that be like opening up my brain?
Uh, if that could definitely be opening up your brain. That could be just interfering with Moray's attempts to find what he's looking for.
Uh, Yeah, I'll open up my brain.
Okay.
And that is a 5.
Hmm. Oh, let's see. I think you're searching throughout the. Wait, no, that's when you hear like this the sound of a. No, let's see. What would be a good? I think I'm just going to look at the terrain. Hard moves real quick. Give me a sec.
Yeah, I'm sorry about putting all this work on you today, Ferret.
No problem. No problem.
Hard move after hard move after hard move.
Oh no, I think you like you are searching throughout the mall. You look up and you see a gray owl flying throughout the mall. You follow it. You enter this old like pink and princessy aimed at girls in the worst possible way store. But in the back there is a where the owl is perched on nesting on top of, there is a threshold that looks like it is made of alien tech that is glowing the cyan, light blue, and emerald green.
And what's it nesting above?
The owl is nesting on the threshold above this door.
Yeah, we're heading in then.
I think that's the part of the hard move, that this door is locked.
Okay. Would this be doing battle to bash it down or acting under fire?
Hmm. You yeah, are you going to bring your gang to bear against the door? Do you want to just
Yeah.
I think this would just take some time. So yeah, it takes your spears a few times to penetrate the metal enough to bust down the door. You get inside and yeah, let me be very nice real quick. Let me
I mean, I was thinking of taking an advance here if you want to like establish a reason for being nice, of establishing a refuge.
I was going to be nice in a different direction, since
Okay.
the gray wing of death always it grants treasures to those who die.
Okay.
And let me open up the playbooks real quick to see which. Yeah, look at the volatile gears, serious weapons. You came across an anti-personnel or an anti-vehicle weapon. Take the rocket-powered grenade launcher, the RPG, and mark it on your sheet, as the Grey Wing of Death has brought you to one of the alien destroying weapons. And feel free to have found a place in the mall to be your refuge that also housed this weapon as a gift from the Grey Wing of Death itself.
Sure. Oh, now that we got a place to hole up, we can start clearing out some of the fuckers on the doorstep, but it's been a while. The spotlight's been on me for a while. If you want to shift back
I
to
was
the
going
rest.
to like shift to the
Yeah.
exoskeleton now.
If it's okay with you, I'd like to start with doing something for Carlisle.
Yeah.
Nuzzle his hand as we're walking and say, hey, I've got an idea. Stand there
Shoot.
for a second.
Go for it.
I am going to lick his wound.
Okay.
And the move I took for my advance, since it's an unused playbook, is Healing Touch from the Medic playbook. And I
Right.
think the way we can position this fictionally is that it turns out that my mutations are the result of nanite injections. And so by basically focusing my intent on that, I can actually like lick the wounds closed because the nanites on my tongue are basically just kind of like suturing it together with like their little nanite lasers like.
Well, it's also thought that most animal saliva, depending on obviously not a Komodo dragons or anything like that, but
Obviously not your common house cat.
like most animal saliva is actually healing of it promotes disinfection. That's why it's thought humans, like when they get a wound on their hand or something, like immediately bring it to their mouth as a response.
Nice. So yeah.
Now roll your weird.
Because I am weird.
You are a weird kitty. for
So
sure.
you are now Steven Universe's cat.
Okay, so that is 9 plus 2 is an 11.
Yeah, so you heal, I believe that is 2 harm.
Well, okay, so on a 10 plus, choose 3. Ask the MC whether they heal 1 harm or 2 harm.
Gotcha. So yeah, you choose what 3 are you choosing?
Heals tissue damage and stops bleeding. Did you have any bone injuries?
A piercing spear went through them. Probably some structural injuries.
Okay.
Don't worry about the pain.
I'm going to say removes disease or purges infection because infection seems likely. And then go with touch knits bones back together. So you're tough, Carlisle.
Mm-hmm.
You can handle the pain.
Yeah, Carlisle, you it hurts as this alternate mechanical process begins repairing you. It's a lot like I would say using a generic controller in a video game console. Like it works, but it feels so off.
Yeah, reminds me of the nanovats back in the war. But yeah.
But you and like it's outside. It's like someone reaching into you to reset your innards. Like it is very uncomfortable. But you are now only at 3 o'clock. You heal 2 harm.
Nice, thank you. And yeah, Cal, I will say you are one weird cat, but thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody noticed. I don't want to be a normal cat. They're boring. And then I'm just going to kind of ripple my fur and go almost invisible. You can like see a sort of like a shimmering outline, and the stuff that you would see on the other side of me looks a little bit weird.
Yeah, I like to imagine like it seems like I don't want to be a normal cat. They're boring. Like just right outside the exoskeleton, we just see this angry fat cat lounging in a sunbeam, just like glaring at the hiss.
Yeah, it's probably an orange tabby. They do that a lot.
Yes. But you guys are at the exoskeleton. It is booming. It looks like there have to be like 500 people here. It's insane.
So, would we know anyone at the exoskeleton? Like,
Percy, you probably have dealt with people like, I'm sure Carlisle knows people that supply him with, the what ammo he does need for his weapon, because I'm sure it will run out. I'm sure Orchid probably knows many people who, maybe people whose family members followed her to the signal. Maybe people she's stolen from. Maybe people she's sold to. Like I'm sure Orchid has all kinds of friends and enemies here.
On point. I think I know most of the people there, but I don't want to run into any one of them.
Well,
Maybe there's a friend I forgot about, but basically, I'm not on best terms.
let's hunt down like a fixer of some kind and see if we can get like a native guide. Like someone who lives in the exoskeleton to take us to the the places that we're looking for in here, and maybe like get a read on whatever's going on in the exoskeleton.
So
I read a sitch.
let's say I think someone can read a sitch if they would like.
Do you want to read a sitch, Bucket?
Sure, why not? What's the worst that could happen? Besides rolling like Steven today. That is
Just
5.
pour some salt in the wounds, why don't you?
Sorry.
He's a cat.
So there is 6. If somebody wants to help, that'll get me to a success.
I'll help. So I roll +2, I think, right?
How are you helping?
I think that I will be talking with Hiss about people that we know, and Hiss will be hunting them down, the person that we settle on down, kind of thing.
I like to imagine that you're actually helping by, talking. You can talk to Hiss, they smell like, and describe the smell in cat.
Yes, yeah.
And as a
trace the
machine human,
pheromones
you
on my
could do that, I
computer.
bet.
Yeah.
Like translating it to cat, like they smell like burnt rubber and mango skins.
They smell like burnt rubber and broken dreams.
They
Yeah.
smell like sadness and failed hope.
Yeah. Well,
See?
I rolled a 10 on that, so I think.
Yeah, so I think with that I will be nice and say you get a +1 to your roll, so that is a 6. I mean a 7, not a. I won't just give you +1 choice and keep it as a 6.
What should we be on the lookout for?
Ooh, greed. I think that the people who live at the exoskeleton and know of the there are people here who've been trying to get into the rooms you're trying to get into for years, and they may feel that they own what's in there more than you.
Yeah, I'm a cat. I own everything.
You have to rub it with your cheeks first.
Look, I don't have to rub it with my cheeks. I just have to know it exists and intend to rub it. And
Yes.
that alone makes it count.
And it's the first time we've gotten a 10+ on a help. I'd forgotten this. Thanks, Will. You get a +1 history with Carlisle Hiss.
Ooh, nice.
What does that put you up to?
That puts me up to 3 with Carlisle.
Sweet. Yeah, so I think you
Don't forget to mark help on your XP.
and you guys are walking around. There are people hawking wares. There are different animals being sold for meat. There is, I think, I don't think you'll run into Percy, but there is this you find the first bar on the lower levels where you can maybe hire people who sort of like those guides at in other places. If you follow me around, I'll show you New York City's best shops, the ones that won't cheat you, kind of thing. Yeah, you guys walk into the bar and there are reprobates everywhere.
Yeah, find the most desperate, the most pliable looking one, and tell them to show us where, this junction northwest area of the exoskeleton.
I think they're you walk up to this table with these people that I think you and Hiss can you can tell through scanning. Hiss can tell through smells, and Orchid can probably tell just through the look of what they're drinking, but it is poor quality. This is the poorest drinks in the establishment. They are the most desperate here.
It's beer
I
that's
just
been
want-
diluted with human urine.
Ugh. And Orchid, what?
I just wanted to add that if we're looking for a place within this facility, I most likely have been there or like somewhere close by due to my history of scavenging through this place and pissing off people and recruiting and stuff.
Yeah, so I want as you come up to these people, I think someone should read them.
Okay. I'll do that. Read someone is plus sharp.
It is.
And I would like to help on that roll.
Maybe we will. What'd
I'm
you get?
not sure. This is a 4, and I have a 0 in sharp. So I'm guessing that is maybe a brother of someone that followed me and got killed in the process.
Oh no. These are. I think these are some of the people that like. I think they were on the up and up until you use their their less than extra, well, their extra legal services to get an artifact at the exoskeleton, which then got broadcast everywhere. And like you come up to them, and like they look so like they have aged so much since you last used them that you didn't notice them until you sat down. And I think it's just like, and I'll just say that Spades looks up at you. Fucking bitch! And like grabs the bottle that she's been drinking out of and is about to break it on the table.
Okay, watch your mouth. I've become way more powerful, and I have weaponry with me. And I'm pointing behind me where I expect to see Carlisle.
She looks at Carlisle, looks at Hiss, looks at the bottle she's holding, puts
I'd
it
like
back
to
down
confront.
gently.
Is
I
that
don't think you
necessary?
need to.
Okay.
Putting the bottle down because weaponized plus cat, not a good fight for her.
Smart move.
Yeah, indeed, a smart move. By the way, you're looking good. Hope to see you another time. Bye.
You're looking good. These are lies we tell ourselves.
Thanks.
And I'm just
So-
going to look at Carlisle and say, you weren't even going to tell him about the piss in the beer?
No. Why get rid of their one happiness?
Because they're
Um,
not that happy drinking it anyway.
Well, that's their business. So maybe we find out in this bar, like about. So what we discovered previously was that someone in the whatever technology we find in the exoskeleton, someone will want, right? Like they'll lay claim to it effectively. Like
You need to be on the lookout for people who would do that.
so maybe we're doing it secret. Like we've got that from the bar, and like should we try and stealthily go and find this place and see if we can break in?
I would say like you probably can be at the bar long enough to wait till you find someone who's not a resident at the exoskeleton, but who will help you look around. I mean, if they don't reside here, they can't want to fuck you over for it, could they?
Hey, whatever gives us whatever's our best lead on where to go. That's speaking to a person or
I think. Oh no, I mean, I think you will. To do that, I think there's I think people on these different floors of the exoskeleton rule it warlord style, and to get the start of where you are, you're going to have to go deal with Mr. Grand, who is the vizier of vice, the wastrel of wishes, the gambling master of the exoskeleton.
nice. I love that this has become a mega dungeon in the exoskeleton. It's great.
Yeah, you guys, like I think take this elevator, Mass Effect style, have a little conversation between the three of you, and just arrive on this place. Like it is a visual assault. There is neon. There is like halogen. There is like all the noble and slutty gases just lit up and looking horrific in many ways. The sounds of winning, the sounds of lament, the sounds of drinks being made, dice being thrown, the roulette wheels being spun. It is just overwhelming.
Yeah, in a big what used to be like a big storage cargo bay, probably of this huge alien ship, right? Like completely converted. What was his name,
Mr. Grand.
Mr. Grand? Well,
And there's like this place that you could tell was the like of this cargo thing, like where the cargo keeper would reside. I think like you can tell like from the way the room has become so gaudy, it's got to be where Mr. Grand resides. I mean, it immediately catches the eye. Out of all this grandiosity, got to be where he is.
Let's see if we can speak to Mr. Grand before we run into any more of your friends, Orchid.
I have an idea, and I can't believe I'm suggesting this. Because of the noise and the lights, should Hiss have to roll to act under fire just to be able to function in this environment because of how
I think
loud and
this
bright
is
it is?
Very loud. There is a lot of different drug smoke and scent in the air. There may be people doing illicit things under tables. Roll to act under fire.
Okay. I mean, it just with the noise and everything, it sounds like an appropriate thing to do with a cat.
Can I help since my whole existence is so focused on his?
I believe you will be able to help with this, depending on what happens.
So there is a 6. Act under fire is
Cool.
cool. So that's -2. So that leaves me at 4.
Oh.
So yeah, Hiss, you are. Oh, Hiss, you're walking, and I think what happens is you smell something you have never smelled before. Another
clean human?
you.
Oh.
Another you in heat. And you see this beautiful noble woman with a mutated large cat panting and looking regal on a table. And she looks at you and sparks fly. What do you do? Oh,
Considering that I failed my act under fire roll, I think that I immediately kind of trot over, like with that intentional cat trot that they get when they're like going, they clearly have something on their mind, and start sniffing.
she will. I think the other cat like lets out this trill. The woman who is has the cat collared looks over, sees Hiss is not collared and leashed, screams.
I kind of cock my head and make a weird noise like, "Brr."
Yeah, I think the other cat like begins like jumps down, drags the woman. The cat jumps off the table. The woman is holding the leash, gets yanked down, smacks her head against the table. Nosebleed happens. She's on the floor. It's staining her beautiful dress that it was a pristine off-white, because can't find good white in the apocalypse, and chaos is erupting.
Carlisle will buy the woman a drink and just say it's best to leave them to it. When that look gets in their eyes, like you don't want to stand in between two cats like that.
Yeah, I feel like this is a good moment to just kind of hit the veil because
I think like
cats.
I imagine like you guys go under the table, which has a huge tablecloth covering everything, and cat sounds.
unholy cat sounds.
I can't believe we got a fade to black and burned over, and it was with the critter.
Happy to help, Ferret. We've
Oh.
he had 2 deaths in 3 hours of play. Here we are at like what, 4.5, and you're getting a veiled love scene with the critter. This is a good one.
Has any one of you seen the third season of Twin Peaks? Not really.
I have not. No.
Okay. Because there's in one episode there's a hint where there's some supernatural guidance through a casino, and the protagonist goes through it and just automatically knows which one-armed bandits to use to get a jackpot. And I was thinking maybe I can cause some distraction through my weirdness, maybe touching
You could get the attention of Mr. Grand by winning it big using your psychic powers to.
yeah, so like touching into the psychic maelstrom and like causing some defect on the machines and just.
I think you can open your brain to the maelstrom to see which machines would let you win more easily. Yeah, you can try to upset the natural order of a casino.
Perfect. That is plus weird, I guess.
That's weird.
Okay, it's a 7 then. Roll the 6 plus 1. Yeah, 7.
I think you are drawn to a roulette table, but this is the high rollers roulette table. You can, I would say, you would have to put down 1 whole barter just to make a bet, and but the payout will be 3 times what you put in. So how much are you going to bet? And we will then roll for a bet.
Well, I have 4 left. I go with a 3, so I'm down to 1.
Okay, so let me, I guess, if you, I will let you choose a number. If it comes up the number you choose, you will get paid back 3 times what you bet. If it comes back like just, if you choose like 6 and it comes up even, you'll get back double what you bet. So choose a number 1 to 6.
Let's go with a 4.
Ah, best number. Let's roll this die. That is a 2. You get 6 barter back as you make a big win as it falls directly where you want it to. And I think that this is definitely getting the attention, and you are you're offered to come to a high stakes event.
Nice. Go to the VIP room with the high roller here. Hiss can join us when he's done.
Yeah, cats don't take long. Hiss is done.
No. Yeah. Cool.
And
I walk out, kind of groom myself a little bit, like lick my leg.
yeah, so
What did I miss?
I think you are taken to this room, which, like, as loud and rambunctious as the other rooms were, this one is relaxed. This one is clean, beautiful. It probably was a like where the weapons were stored, like, very tight and compact, airtight, and all that stuff. And but when you get there, I think what you see, Orchid, are people betting for things that you might want. You see this piece of alien tech, which the man talking about it says allows him to see ultraviolet and UV and hyper red or infrared spectrums. You see this woman talking about these like opera glasses, which let her see lies when they are spilled from the mouth or body language. And they are betting things that just, how greedy are you seeing these items up for bid for these high rollers?
Yeah, I think the universe is paying me back for leading his on his destiny. And so I'm all in. I feel this is finally my time has come. I will rise and shine and change the course of Earth. And so, yeah, whatever I can get my hands on, I will try to get.
You may again try to bet like last time, but you must bet an artifact.
I have a look at my artifact because I can't lose my tinfoil hat. That is essential. Okay. Oh yeah, my deadly silent handgun, which is also alien tech.
Yep. So again, choose a number.
I go with 4 again.
Okay, let's hope you get 4 or evens. That is a 5.
Close.
No, yeah, but you have lost your
Yeah, my handgun.
handgun. Do you want to try double or nothing?
I only have my books and my tinfoil hat, and I can't.
Or would anyone want to interfere with the other gamblers while this is going on?
Could he buy it? He is very rich now.
I can interfere. Cats are just a walking interference to begin with.
Yeah. So
maybe I inadvertently nudge the table or knock a gambler into it.
Yeah, so his roll your help with I think this is more help, I guess, in a way, with
okay. History?
Yeah, roll history with Orchid.
That's an 11.
Yeah, so Orchid, you get -1. That roll is a 4. You I think that Hiss is going through and people start like placing down the wrong cards that they want to trade out for in the poker hands, and you win big. So since you got the number you betted on with that roll, due to the magnanimous god that is Hiss, I will say you look at the worm list, pick 2 artifacts, and claim them as yours.
I'm also going to look up at you and kind of trill, like you're going to hook me up with sound without barter, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. But I think the one item I will say that you have won is a golden bossed statue made out of, I think this is made of dead uranium. And with this, if you are willing to let your followers worship it, you can use your followers for augury.
Ah. So this is one of the 2 I won.
Yes.
Okay. And the other one would be... Oh, can I get the friendship charm and give it to Hiss?
Yes, you may. You can win a glorious spiked collar or otherwise collar that Hiss describes for Hiss.
And can we say that this looks just way better than the amulet I crafted earlier this session? I just replaced.
Oh, like maybe like you actually get the amulet that you were looking for. Like since there is that like golden boss cat statue, like you actually get the perfectly carved eye made out of the dead uranium.
Nice.
Yeah, so Hiss, you may now be helped by Orchid at any distance.
Nice. That's some godlike power right there. Maybe
Yeah.
I am a god.
But yeah, I think Mr. Grand will come and like this guy looks like Mr. T mixed a bit with late age Little Richard, but like he is wearing like a full person, like small woman's body weight in gold jewelry. I think he has a literal spinning rim Flavor Flav clock style on his fucking chest. And he just comes out, well, welcome to the casino, and we have, oh fuck, it's been like an hour since you guys came in and started rummaging around, and I've got to say, if you guys want a room, we have one that'll, I mean, it is pet friendly, it'll be on the house, meals comped, just follow me, it'll be great. Do you want what brought you to this casino? What's going on? What do you have on you? And
Well, if we can maybe go have a private word, Mr. Grant.
Privacy costs. I mean, my time's worth money.
Well, I think you'll be interested in what we have to say.
Well,
Mr. Grant, your exceptional reputation came to our ears, and we couldn't hold back and immediately rushed to your fine establishment. And I think, as we've been traveling for so long and so far, you might show us some hospitality. It will be worth the while.
Are you going to drop any barter to buy
a moment
yeah.
of his time?
Yeah, if you just spend one barter, you can have his time.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, he is down to meet. He will meet with you. I think he will have like one bodyguard with him who is this just really Amazonian looking woman with just these golden spiked knuckles on her fists.
Grace Jones style.
Yeah, like, Grace Jones, like definitely Grace Jones, but a bodybuilder.
Yeah. I guess what we're after from Mr. Grand is with like intel, right, on the unexplored areas, like where to go, kind of thing, and how to keep people off our backs.
Yep.
We can offer him a cut, perhaps. You know, like if we find anything, you can keep one item, perhaps, or something like that. Maybe Orchid won't go for that.
Yeah, if you're trying to break into the, I think that this is on his floor. He's just, well, you're trying to get through those doors. I've been trying to do that for quite some time, but yeah, that
I've got
penthouse
kind of doors before.
That bastard in the penthouse won't give me the codes.
There are other ways.
Not with Mr. Hughes. Mr. Hughes has been locked up in that penthouse for ages. Says he needs all or nothing, and I don't know how you can live up there without food, without water. And I think the more he describes it, the more it sounds like another one of your kind. Carlisle has gained freedom and is, freedom in that way of, I'm not human. What do I do with my time?
Nice. So he's got the codes to the area that we need to get into.
It supposedly, if Mr. Grand's right, and if this guy's bragging is honest.
Can I read someone?
You can, and I think if since I think Hiss was aided to read a situation, if Hiss is benevolent, you can take +1 forward to read.
Why would I not be benevolent?
You're a benevolent god.
I like Carlisle.
Yeah.
Carlisle gave me quail.
Well, not only that, but Carlisle got that woman away from me so that I could,
Well, I get a 4, so that's only a 5, sadly. This dice room is cursed.
Yeah.
So,
Can I roll to see if we can re-roll?
I think not at this juncture, because like
Okay.
there has been a lot of helping with that. But I think that
I guess I just don't know if he's telling the truth or not. You know?
no, I
Like-
think what it is that like this is when you realize when he's describing this person who he's talking about. This was the wild card of your unit, the one who you know him as you know Mr. Hughes as Glitch from just the way that they would break down or have like these blackouts, like their kill switch was not all there.
Mm. Yeah, scorched earth tactics kind of.
Like scorched earth tactics one day or poisoning all the water the next kind of thing. Like, it's all or nothing as always. We'll go in, take no prisoners, or we'll take all the prisoners.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, well, I guess we have to go through glitch to get the codes, unless Orchid or Hiss.
I mean, unless
Well, I don't think we have to worry. The gods will guide our ways. We are truly blessed from this point, and nothing can hold us back.
You know what? Let's just go straight at glitch. See if I can call on the old days, and if not, kill him anyways.
you're going straight to the penthouse.
Yeah.
So I think Mr. Crane will actually be quite impressed by that, and wish you the best of luck. But you guys take that long, 3-minute loading time elevator ride to the penthouse.
Nice.
Get out. I think this is
There's a cutscene coming up.
Yeah, this is the peak of the exoskeleton. It is. I think that for Carlisle, you're the only one who doesn't notice. I mean, you can tell through diagnostics, but you don't suffer from the lack of oxygen up here.
Yeah, I imagine like this big alien ship is like angle, right? And this is the part that goes all the way up into the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this would be like this is higher than any skyscraper has ever been in design, and this is the peak. And as Harmony said, this is the cutscene moment where I think I think this is the first time we're going to see Madame Arachne actually leaving she has this toolbox with her. She has fixed something inside Glitch's place, and she will look at you three, smile, and say nothing as she walks onto the elevator and leaves you to your business.
Nice. I was wondering about Harmony, really. Because I feel like we've got
I think this is Harmony. What is what are we going to see about you? Have you did you decide what fleet you wanted for your refuge?
Yeah, I have in it. Let me bring that up. I chose a thoughtful NPC advisor. I think it is probably the AI for this bunker. A cult that worships the ghosts of this place. I don't think that they're there just yet because not much time has moved forward just yet, but maybe next session. Life support and med lab, which was the main reason I chose the refuge. I need actual healing. And armored walls provides +1 armor bonus to defenders.
Yeah, so I think what we see is like you've been able to turn off the signals summoning the aliens to the mall in this place. I think like your suit's interfaced with it in some manner. Like this is how you're getting around in this place. It's alien tech versus alien tech, and we can I think like you are now sending like a different signal out that will attract the people for the cult to come, but someone has laid you out on the life support table and is I think tending to your wounds as you hear like every now and again there's that sound of like the concussive wave generator going off upstairs as Moray is dealing with more of the aliens clearing out the mall for you.
We're gonna have to deal with that eventually. Uh, uh, so yeah, I mean, yeah, how does healing work for me here?
I think it just is going to take some time. Like if you want to go under the if you want to trust your gang to act, I can say you can heal.
No, I guess that we're gonna have to have a showdown that once Moray reaches us. Like I'm gonna let I've gotten fucked up enough this session. Or in recent time from my character's perspective, I'm gonna let Moray like just make his approach and then fuck him up once he's outside our new refuge.
Oh no, like I think like if you once you wait, like as you're being taken care of, like you will hear the concussive wave generator stop, but after the aliens are done, he's gone. Like he will like he only came here to fuck up aliens.
Oh yeah, that's fine then. We'll just take some time to patch up to lick our wounds then.
Yeah, it's just more like you would be giving me permission to do a to push one of the clan moves of your gang's threat.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so let me check those moves real quick. And oh, I think they're going to rigidly follow authority. I'm going to call out my move, but I think once that I think they start building as you're healing, they are building a shrine to the Grey Wing of Death with like technologically to try and be able to contact the Grey Wing through technology.
I think Harmony's okay with that. Tried fucking around with technology once already, but like I will point out that like look, this is what happens that comes from fucking with technology. But go ahead.
Yeah, and I think if they're messing with that, Rhapsody, your lieutenant will. I think for like the final scene here is you're like sort of fading into unconsciousness to heal. He will
Yep.
slip that alien piece of tech that Carlisle had dropped back in the signal into your hand and entrust it to you as you fall into unconsciousness. And like so, next session you will have healed all harm.
Yeah. Good job, Rhapsody.
Yeah, and I think that will be the final scene of this session, and we will wrap up with the end of session move and do debrief. So let's go in reverse character keeper order for end of session move. So Carlisle, who knows you better this session?
I think Harmony does.
Yeah, so Harmony, your history with Carlisle increases by 1.
Okay.
Orchid, who knows you better?
Clearly, Harmony.
Okay, Harmony, your history with Orchid goes up 1. Hiss, who knows you better? Ooh, resets and market improvement box.
I think Harmony, because I spent the most time with Harmony this session, it felt like. Or not Harmony, but Orchid. My brain
Okay.
just
Yeah,
blanked for a
Orchid,
second.
increase your HX by 1 with your god. And Harmony, who knows you better? Or does Orchid know you worse for not giving you the tiara back?
Oh. No, I think Carlisle knows me worse. Carlisle just thinks that he knows what's best, and clearly he does not make good decisions.
Hey, told you not to get in its way.
Nicely done. I will end the recording and we will do a debrief after that.